Hello, lovely people. It has been a minute again, you guys. Who else was personally victimized by Mercury retrograde? Anybody else this time around? I don't know why this time was just so hectic, but it was. And so that is what I'm just kind of complaining about here today. Normally, during this time of the year, I do a video a day on my channel. Every October I do that. This is the first year since starting this YouTube channel that has not happened, and mostly it was because of outside forces not giving me the time to actually sit down and edit all the videos I have filmed, which is super annoying. I figured we'll do a nice little intro video here again, starting this back up again. The videos will be coming sporadically, randomly. I'm making no more promises, because but hopefully that now that Mercury retrograde is over, things will calm down. Now, Mercury retrograde, if you are not new, you probably know, it's a whole talk of communication, travel, anything electronic, how shit can break down, go weird, what have you. Usually, I take it as a good time before Mercury retrograde comes up to really sit down with my thoughts, journal about what am I currently doing, what do I actually want out of things, right? 2, I look at all of my due dates, my finances, all of those things to kind of be like, am I missing anything? Like double, triple check. Because if something's gonna break, if it's gonna go down, if it's gonna be the moment, this will be the time. Basically, I just kind of get all my ducks in a row, just in case, right? If I have travel plans, I triple check the ticket. Any way to give me a little bit of extra cushion to check into my life, I do it around Mercury retrograde. And mostly, honestly, since I've been doing that, I don't really have that much of a kick in the ass every time Mercury retrograde comes around. Everyone kind of freaks out and goes, oh my god, this is the time when whatever, right? But I don't really have any of these major issues come up. But this time, no. Mercury said we will find a way to get in between your little stuff. Your safety precautions mean nothing to me, is what it said. I don't know how so many things were broken at my work, my day job. I really don't. It's kind of amazing, but pieces of the websites, digital applications we need, so many things broke down to the point where almost every single person who is a part of my team had to take on a lot of extra work and time on top of this being a high conference meeting, and like this is our busiest time of year. So for all this stuff to kind of break at once and all these decisions to be made during this time, it was basically the worst possible timing, which basically put me into working a shit ton of overtime. And once that happened, like one little, you know, domino tipped over, which for me was like, oh, this broke at work, so this had to happen, this happened, this happened. And that just went down the lines. It was amazing to me how much the minute that little bit of stress kicked, suddenly I wasn't as good as communicating anymore. I was putting a lot of things off to the last minute. I was neglecting maintaining my safety precautions for Mercury retrograde. And sure enough, here comes the romantic exes, here comes odd conversations with friends, here comes scheduling difficulties and stuff popping up when it's not supposed to, and me becoming more and more stressed and just wanting to shut down entirely. And I think this is one of those times where I was blaming everything on Mercury retrograde, right? I was needing to take time off from editing and filming because it just was too much for me this past couple of weeks, and having to deal with all this extra stuff I had to do to maintain a paycheck and then my other social engagements. And it felt good to be like, fucking Mercury retrograde. It felt really good to be able to blame this all on it while also knowing as things have resolved and lightened up and not as much chaos is happening all at once, that a lot of this is still on me. A lot of it, like, could I have interpreted that all this stuff would break down at work that I have absolutely no control over? No. Could I have interpreted that, could I have preempted and really have seen certain people trying to make contact in my life, or my friends having so many things break down so that we can't meet up or can't see each other or have to reschedule constantly or couldn't communicate here or there? No, you can't. You can't interpret and preempt everything to go wrong in your life. And I think sometimes the chaos of a retrograde shows us that. It makes us let go a little bit, and getting able to blame the freaking planets for a second is great, because it gives, I don't know, it lifts a weight off my chest. Also because I think in a lot of ways it's because it's a temporary thing, right? Mercury retrogrades come and they go. And I know that eventually the struggles will lighten up. I know there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not so distant and far away that I couldn't possibly see past it. Because so many of these things are still my fault a little bit. It is my fault that I didn't write down and remember that one bill that almost overdrafted my account. It is my fault that I didn't do these things, but I shouldn't degrade myself constantly for having forgotten, have missed. I'm not in control of everything, even my own ability to preempt all of the things I possibly could not control. And that's fine. So, anyway, videos are coming. This is just a quick one to get, again, back in the swing of things. Again, what is this year? 2021, you know, it's improved from 2020. Don't get me wrong on that point. But, ooh, the challenges. This is not like a nice little dessert after a very hearty whooping. Some things that are coming is I have a little blessing wreath that I made with some nice herbs and things. I'll be doing all that in the associations. A little bit of a cooking magic video coming, and I also recently got a new dedication tattoo for another deity that I work with. So all of those will be coming shortly, along with many others. And I hope October has been treating y'all well. I hope that your Mercury retrograde wasn't as chaotic as mine. Hopefully the planets treated you a little bit nicer. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.